This is the WHTC Morning News with Gary Stevens on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
Welcome back to the WHTC Morning News for this Friday, February 11th. Friday mornings at this time, we travel Michigan with Dave Lorenz of Pierre, Michigan. He joins us via the Zoom connection this morning. Good morning, Dave. Are you as surprised about the snow as we are over here? I didn't think we were going to get clobbered, and we got clobbered.
Yeah, a little surprising. I ended up waking up several times overnight. We're taking care of my mother's dog, and that little guy woke me up several times. So I kept on peeking outside, and I thought, wow, it looks a lot brighter out there. And then, oh, I see a bunch of snow out there. So it was a bit of a surprise. And I do understand those roads are a bit difficult today. So be careful, everybody.
A little dicey out there. A couple of things. First of all, because the big game, yes, we're carrying it, so we can call it a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
2:00 coverage from Westwood One, from Stingy Stan's Playpen over in Inglewood. But anyway, what does the Super Bowl mean in terms of tourism in Michigan? Does it really make any difference, or do we have to wait until we get the game in our place? And we've only had it twice in the 56 years it's been there.
Yeah, well, the big games always bring a lot of attention to gatherings. So you're going to see a lot of people who have not already done so head to Meyer and all the other places and pick up all that extra food. So Super Bowl to America, Michigan as well, is it's more than a party. It might as well be a holiday. And actually, there's a movement to make it a holiday and to get it off a Sunday, which I would be really for myself. But so there's all that additional consumer buying behavior that's happening. So you're going to see a lot of that. And then for the travel industry specifically, there are a lot of public events. So you'll see in Michigan, it's very common for like casinos to have big Super Bowl events. So it gets them out there. You'll also see some additional events at bars, taverns, pubs, things like that. So that gets a lot of activity, a lot of spending, and a lot of fun. And of course, we always just say, do all your stuff responsibly and get home safely and make sure everybody else does as well and have a great time.
Off the top of your head, and I'm going to throw you a curveball question, David. Do you know of any special things going on for Monday, the 14th? It's Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. There are a bunch of things. In fact, I was looking at our events section this morning, and there are a bunch of things, but I didn't write them down. And so go to michigan.org and then go to the events section. You're going to find some things that you need to reserve in advance, like special dinners that they'll have at various places. Some of the wineries, especially up north, and then down in the Southwest Michigan area, the Berrien Springs, Benton Harbor, St. Joe, all that area there are going to be doing special things. So look for those and enjoy.
Yeah, I was just kind of wondering because we know that March 17th is a national holiday for some people, and let me just a quick peek. We do have Mardi Gras coming up down in New Orleans, but yet people do celebrate up here Pushkis.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's that. Right.
So that's right. we do have, and of course, spring break coming up soon.
All that stuff. Yeah. Well, the thing is, we are quickly approaching that time where it's going to be not really winter, not really spring. We affectionately call it the mud season. So then we really start to look for more indoor events. And so you see a lot right now already. You're seeing a lot of these big shows, like it's the it's the golf show this weekend, West Michigan Golf Show at DeVos Place in Grand Rapids. I went to the auto show there a week and a half ago. So you're going to see more and more of those types of things. This is also a time when museums, art galleries and such, they do special exhibits to encourage people to come in. Real busy time for them, including like the King Tut exhibit at the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History in Detroit. And then because of the Olympics, you see extra activity at places like the Muskegon winter sports complex, with the luge. Everybody wanting to go out there right now. They have Disney on Ice presents Mickey and Friends at the Van Andel Arena this weekend. So you see a lot of those types of, tie-ins because everybody's all excited about the Olympics and such, even though I will admit, and I've told you before, I love the people of China. The people of China love Americans. They love America and Americans. Get out of the politics. Forget about the politicians. The people of China are so warm and generous and loving. And I'm generalizing, but I've never found a Chinese person in China or here that I haven't felt, a relationship with immediately. So, I'm thinking of all those folks during the Olympics, but man, I think one good thing is the world is getting a little glimpse of what life is like in China. When you see a city like Beijing, with all these millions and millions and millions of people in one little town, and even without people attending, some of the coverage on TV, you've been able to really get a feeling for how truly difficult life is there under their system. And then if you saw that ski ramp right next to the nuclear power plants or whatever those things were, big smokestacks, whatever it is, it's just that's China. That gives you a real feel. And what they don't show you is the constant pollution in the cities, because before any big event, the Chinese government shuts down all the manufacturing facilities. Otherwise, it is common to have cities like Beijing look like we're in a fog, and that's smoke. So again, let's appreciate where we are, but let's also remember that even though our political systems are different and there are big challenges all over the world, the people of China are just as great as the people right here.
One final thing. We are starting to feel the impacts of what is happening over at the Ambassador Bridge, the trucker situation. How does that impact tourism, or does it really impact tourism?
Yeah, I checked that out the other day while I was in Detroit, and it was already a 10-mile backup, 2.5-hour delay to get across the Ambassador Bridge. Now, that is the busiest international business crossing, for commerce in the world. And certainly it's so important to us. And we already have all these issues with supply chain and now this. So I am really hoping that the Canadian government looks at their policies again. And, because I do feel, I'm not taking sides here, but I do understand the truckers, feelings that they're mostly alone in their truck. That said, the truckers have to understand they will lose support if they haven't already by the average people, if they don't stop this. There are other ways to peacefully protest with a big truck. I've seen the big trucks circle capitals, for instance, with certain events. And I really highly recommend and hope that they do that. Now, there's not a lot of travel between the two countries right now because the other restrictions in Canada are so onerous. You still have to do all these things if you're going to go over there, and they have to do things if the Canadians come here and then go back that aren't any fun. With all that said, you can still go under the tunnel, which is fantastic. It's slower right now, obviously, between Detroit and Windsor, Port Huron, Sault Ste. Marie, and there are those roads through that O state that you can take as well.
We'll leave that as there. Also, there's but if you want to take the long route through Duluth and going up through Minnesota, but that's if you want to go and see
Thunder Bay.
Yeah, which is a nice town, isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful. Anyway, I don't know if I'd recommend it right now, though. A little rough driving.
But I've been there in this time of year anyway.
Yeah, beautiful.
Dave Lorenz, thank you very much. We'll talk next week.
All right, see ya.
Thank you very much, Dave Lorenz of Pure Michigan with our Travel Michigan segment on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.